2 weeks ago, I'm outside my office. My assistant comes up and says, Suge Knight wants to speak to you from jail. I said, who? He said, Suge Knight. The Suge? Yes. Gotta be kidding me. No.
What'd they do to him? Because there's a lot of speculation out there, but nobody, I mean, I've heard things, but what did they really do?
It's the story sending shockwaves through the entertainment industry. The once untouchable music mogul, Sean Diddy Combs, who built an empire on the legacy of Bad Boy Records, now finds himself at the center of one of Hollywood's most explosive scandals. From federal investigations to jaw-dropping insider revelations, this unfolding saga is packed with twists no one saw coming. But as each layer is pulled back, the plot thickens, drawing in not just Diddy, but other influential figures in the music world. At its core lies a dark web of power, betrayal, and decades-old allegations that are shaking the industry to its foundation.
I hate to say that. I hate to say that because I really like Justin Bieber. I feel bad for Justin Bieber. And this is when that happened.
Let's dive into a resurfaced clip that's been making waves lately. Usher's 2016 interview on a popular talk show. What started as a lighthearted trip down memory lane about his teenage years has turned into a bombshell revelation. Back in the early 90s, 14-year-old Usher was sent to live with Diddy, a move intended to give him a glimpse into the life of a successful artist. However, the way Usher recalls the experience now has fans raising serious questions. During the interview, Usher admitted to witnessing things he didn't fully understand at the time, describing the scenes as wild and curious. When the host pressed for details, Usher's hesitation was telling, his discomfort unmistakable even years later. He went on to say he would never allow his own children to go through a similar experience, a statement that speaks louder than words.
Right.
No, not really. But hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you saying?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
This isn't the first time Usher has opened up about his time with Diddy. In a 2004 magazine interview, he reflected on the intensity of the music industry and how it thrust him into a world far beyond his years. Now, with recent raids on Diddy's properties and a growing list of allegations against him, fans are revisiting these old interviews with a new lens, wondering if there was more happening behind the scenes than anyone realized. Then there's Justin Bieber. A resurfaced clip from 2011 has reignited speculation. In the video, a then 16-year-old Bieber appears alongside Diddy on a late-night talk show, where they joked about their friendship, with Diddy referring to Bieber as his little brother. But what truly raised eyebrows was Diddy's offhand remark, he knows better than to be talking about the things he does with Big Brother Puff on national television. At the time, it seemed like playful banter. But in light of recent events, fans are reconsidering the context. What exactly was being kept off the record? And why?
It was just an escape for me. I was just young, like everybody in the industry and people in the world who experiment and do.
As expected, the internet hasn't held back. One fan chimed in saying, "They destroyed Justin Bieber makes me sick. He did not need their guidance. He was already there. Stand tall, Justin love Canada." Another wrote Usher belongs in prison with Diddy for what they did. Justin. These reactions vividly capture the public's sense of betrayal, anger, and deep concern for the young stars who encountered Diddy during his rise to fame.
Yeah, Justin Bieber has been getting this out in different ways. You could see it in his music and just what he's been trying to say without.
But the controversy doesn't end there. Suge Knight, the former Death Row Records boss, now serving a lengthy prison sentence, has added his voice to the conversation. In a recent interview, Knight didn't hold back, alleging that Diddy isn't the only one involved in the reported misconduct. According to Knight, Diddy was taught these behaviors by those who came before him and later perpetuated them with the younger generation. Knight even named other influential figures in the industry, claiming that Diddy is simply the fall guy for a much larger system of abuse. He also issued a chilling warning, suggesting that Diddy's life could be in danger because of the secrets he holds, implying those secrets could make him a target.
Well, all due respect to Puffy, you gotta realize one thing. He didn't start off like that. I'm quite sure somebody taught him.
Knight's remarks have added a new layer of intrigue to an already tangled saga. For years, the feud between Diddy and Suge Knight has been a cornerstone of hip-hop legend, rooted in the infamous East Coast-West Coast rivalry of the 90s. A conflict that culminated in the 2000s tragic deaths of Tupac Shakur and the notorious B.I.G. While both men have consistently denied any direct involvement in each other's lives or careers, the tension between them has always been palpable. Now, decades later, Knight's decision to speak out about Diddy's alleged misconduct has reignited speculation about the true depth of their long-standing rivalry.
We'll take Justin Bieber. A grown man take Justin Bieber when he was young to a vacation, a romantic vacation, showing pictures on the
And let's not overlook the lawsuits. Over the past year, a wave of civil cases has surfaced, casting a disturbing light on Diddy's personal and professional life. From allegations of harassment to claims of coercion, the accusations are as shocking as they are varied. One of the most high-profile cases involved Cassie, Diddy's former girlfriend, who accused him of years of abuse. While her lawsuit was settled swiftly, it seemed to open the floodgates, encouraging others to come forward. Now, with the number of allegations reportedly exceeding 100, many are left questioning how such behavior could have remained hidden for so long.
Justin Bieber, and just them, that only is a bad look.
Adding to the unfolding drama is the involvement of Diddy's sons, who were reportedly present during the recent raids on his properties. Eyewitnesses claim to have seen them handcuffed and questioned by authorities, though they were later released. The sight of Diddy's family entangled in the chaos has resonated deeply with fans and critics alike. Many are now scrutinizing the legacy Diddy has built, not just as a music mogul, but also as a father and a role model.
My dad wasn't there in my life as a kid, so all these experiences just readied me for life. So greater than just being
The timing of these allegations has sparked questions about whether Diddy's sudden fall from grace is part of a broader reckoning in the entertainment industry. In recent years, high-profile figures in music, film, and television have faced similar scrutiny as long-buried stories of misconduct come to light. For Diddy, who spent decades cultivating an image as a savvy businessman and devoted family man, the stark contrast between his public persona and the allegations is both jarring and unsettling. It's a stark reminder that even the most polished and powerful figures can harbor secrets that eventually surface. Complicating matters further is Diddy's undeniable role in shaping modern hip-hop culture. From launching the careers of iconic artists to revolutionizing the relationship between music and branding, his influence on the industry is immense. However, these allegations cast a dark shadow over his accomplishments, prompting fans to question whether the success of Bad Boy Records and Diddy's other ventures came at a cost, one borne not only by his accusers, but also by the culture he helped build. This reckoning forces a difficult yet necessary conversation about the ways power and privilege have been wielded in the music industry for decades, and the hidden costs of that legacy.
his independence to then becoming Puff Daddy, you know what I'm saying? And I got a front row seat looking at that. Thank God that I had that experience.
It's impossible to overlook the broader cultural impact of Diddy's career. At his peak, he embodied the aspirational spirit of the 90s and early 2000s hip-hop. With hits like I'll Be Missing You and his larger-than-life persona, Diddy represented a generation of artists who shattered barriers and built empires. His ventures into fashion, liquor branding, and television established him as the blueprint for the modern celebrity entrepreneur. But now, that legacy hangs in the balance. If the allegations prove true, they raise uncomfortable questions about how much of his success was rooted in exploitation and manipulation. Critics are also highlighting the systemic issues that allowed figures like Diddy to operate unchecked for so long. For years, insiders whispered about the open secrets of the entertainment industry, where questionable behavior was often excused or ignored in the name of profit. Diddy was celebrated as a trailblazer, but these revelations suggest his power may have been wielded in ways that caused harm to others. The industry's silence until now speaks volumes, and this case is prompting a much-needed reckoning. It's forcing an overdue examination of the structures that protect powerful figures at the expense of their victims.
You know, when it comes to rewriting history, it's trying to rewrite history.
As the legal battles continue, one thing is certain. This is not just a story about one man's potential downfall, but a reckoning for an entire industry long accused of ignoring misconduct. While the entertainment world is no stranger to scandals, the magnitude and breadth of the allegations against Diddy have turned this case into a pivotal moment. It has compelled fans, artists, and executives alike to confront the uncomfortable realities of a culture of power and exploitation that has endured for decades. As for Diddy's future, his legal team has been outspoken, dismissing the allegations as baseless and vowing to fight to clear his name. In a statement, one of his attorneys labeled the raids a witch hunt and criticized the media for rushing to judgment. Diddy himself has largely stayed silent, allowing his lawyers and representatives to handle public responses. Whether this approach will work in his favor remains to be
And there
seen.
has been a lot going on. Since November, there have been 8 civil lawsuits filed against Diddy. 7 of them accuse him of
The
assault.
ripple effects of this scandal are shaking the music industry to its core. Artists who have collaborated with Diddy are now under scrutiny as fans and journalists dig into their pasts for potential connections. Meanwhile, there's a growing demand for accountability, with many calling for the industry to take a hard look at its practices and policies. Will this be the wake-up call Hollywood needs, or just another chapter in its endless cycle of scandal and silence? As the story unfolds, the stakes couldn't be higher for Diddy. The outcome of these legal battles could determine whether he finds redemption or faces ruin. For the industry at large, it's a chance to reckon with its past and pave the way for meaningful change. For now, all eyes remain on Diddy as the world watches this saga unfold. What are your thoughts on these allegations? Are they a long overdue reckoning, or just more controversy in Hollywood's ongoing narrative? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on this evolving story. Until next time, stay safe and stay curious.